I need to find my note because I made a note for this video. It's called Where Do I Go From Here? So many voices ringing in my ear. Hello, my name is Samantha. My name is not Sam. I do not like to be called Sam. I just thought I would throw that out there because I've never said it online, and I've never gone by Sam. I go by Samantha. Sam is a boy name. All right. If this is the first video you've seen of me, I was diagnosed with breast cancer in March of 2019 at age 22. I had chemo, surgery, then radiation. Then I started hormone therapy. I thought I was cured. I was NED for 3 years or so. In that time I got married, then got pregnant, had a baby, and then I had a reoccurrence when she was about 8 months old. The cancer fractured a vertebrae in my spine, very painful. I had to have surgery on that, more radiation, and then ever since then I've basically been on and off treatments, just starting and stopping them whenever they stop working. We moved to a new treatment, you know, various chemos, targeted therapies, hormone therapies. I've had a few other surgeries and rounds of radiation since then. So anyway, still going strong since then. So yeah, I've basically been sharing my story since 2019, and I've been trying to tell it in order and just kind of give you the highs and lows of what has gone on. And it started as a way to really keep my family and friends informed without having to text everyone individually. And that was really nice for me to just be able to post a video, say, go watch it, like, and if you have additional questions, then let me know. But anyway, life has been lifing is what I wrote down to remind myself to talk about this. I haven't had the time as much to update on here, and I have a whole other video that is filmed and I haven't posted it. I'm not sure if I'm going to post it anytime soon. I haven't decided. I really do want to post it, but I'm not sure. And the reason is because I'm just going to explain what's been going on. I kind of am having this weird relationship with YouTube right now, I guess, where I don't want to get more popular on YouTube. It is not in my best interest to be famous. And I know I'm so far away from that, and maybe it's silly to even be worried about it, but like, I feel like the level of fame that I have right now is the highest level I want to be at. But it's also like I'm torn because, you know, I like to spread awareness. What I really like doing about these videos is that I feel like it has made others feel less alone, because when I was diagnosed at 22 with breast cancer, it was so rare. There wasn't anyone that I knew that had breast cancer at that age. Anyway, I'm just torn because I do think it is really important to share these things, and I do know that it has helped some people, and I hope to help other people too. And so it's important to me to share it, but also I'm at the point where I'm like, I don't want what comes with that. You know, I've been doing YouTube for a long time. Like, I started a YouTube channel when I was 11, so there's a small group of people that know about that. And the original purpose of it was just that I liked making videos and I liked editing videos, and it was a fun hobby for me. And how cool was it that I could make a little bit of money, because I think when I was 12 or 13 is when I started making a very small amount of money doing this thing that I really love doing. And originally it was like, wow, like if I can make that be, you know, what I do, maybe not for a living, but like as a side hobby to like earn some extra cash, that's really awesome. Like I love doing this. Also, it's funny because people think I make like millions of dollars on YouTube. I don't know like where you get the idea. Some months I make $100 and some months I'll make like 500, and but you know, it's not enough to make a living on. So wherever some of you guys are getting this idea that like I'm only in it for the money and doing this for money. It's really funny. But anyway, that's just a whole other thing. I still like making videos, but these kinds of videos aren't really the kinds of videos I like making as much. I like making family vlogs with my family so that I can look back on those memories. So when I have time to sit down and edit a video, that's the kind of video that I want to sit down and edit. I don't, and not to say that I don't like making these videos, because I do. It's just not as high of a priority to me as those other ones. And those kinds of things are not things that like I want to post or put out there on YouTube every time either. So those are things that I make that you don't even see. But this channel specifically is also very weird because it's like when I am doing worse health-wise, this channel does better. So if I put a video out there that's like, my cancer is progressing, it gets more views than, oh my gosh, I'm healed. I've been NED for however long. People want to watch things that are interesting to them. And I guess somebody that's dying is more interesting than somebody that's doing well. Understandable, I guess. But then it's just created this weird relationship with this YouTube channel where it's like, I don't want this YouTube channel to do well, because when this YouTube channel is doing well, it means I personally am not doing well. And when the channel is not doing as well, it means that I am like out living this great life with my family. And so it's just kind of just this really weird relationship thing, where like I want to be making these videos to spread awareness and do all the things that I said, but like I also don't want to be making a video that's going to get me a lot of views, because the kinds of videos that get lots of views are the videos that mean that I'm doing badly. It's really hard for me to want to do well on YouTube because I'd so much rather be doing well in real life, if that makes sense. And I also just think that I don't really have time to think about this right now. It's summertime, I'm spending a lot of time with family, we're going on a lot of vacations, and I haven't had time as much as I normally do to be able to sit down and think through videos. Like I used to plan out videos and edit them, and lately I've just been posting unedited versions really quick just to get the update out there. Obviously I have a toddler and I like her. I like spending time with her, and you know, when I have free time, I'd rather do things with her. I think it's just that because it's summer and because we're doing all these things, I just don't really have time to sit down and think about this and think of the direction that I want to go in with this channel. So it could be that too. So if I'm going to spend time on fun hobbies, there's other ones that are just ahead of this one in my priorities right now. I think after the summer, things will calm down a little bit more. We'll settle more into a routine, and then maybe I'll have time more to think about videos and stuff like that. And so I'm not saying that I'm just stopping making videos, but what I am saying is that I'm going to be very inconsistent, and I think you already have figured that out because I already have been very inconsistent. But I just felt like I needed to come on here and post this update because the last update that I posted kind of made it seem like I was doing badly, and that's not really the case. I'm not doing badly. I'm doing very well, actually. And it worried a lot of you, and that's very understandable. And I do feel like I need to address that. Where I was at the end of January, which is when I filmed my last video, was a low point for sure. But I don't even consider that like the lowest low point that I've been in this journey with cancer. Oh gosh, this journey with cancer. So annoying when people say that, right? There's so many ups and downs with cancer. 1 minute you're planning years and years into the future with your family and being like, where are we gonna be years from now? I want this and I wanna have that, and let's work toward these goals. And then like the next minute something happens and you're just trying to get through the next day because you're like, I don't know how many days I have left. And that's just kind of how it has been with stage 4 cancer, because you try a treatment, it'll work for a certain amount of time and then it'll stop working. And then you're like, when am I going to be on the treatment that stops working and then nothing else works. And so every time you're hopeful, you're like, I'm going to try this new one and see if it works. And every time so far for me, it has worked. And I'm very thankful for that. But every time you have this worry, like, well, what if this just keeps getting worse? So there's so many ups and downs with cancer, and January is a low point, but we're up. We're up now. We're up now from January. I started NHER2 at the beginning of February, and it is my plan to make a video explaining my experience on that. I'm going to give you a spoiler that it worked. It worked very well. It worked extremely fast in shrinking the cancer I had in my body. And it's not completely gone, but it shrunk a lot, and I'm doing so much better. I had a huge lump under my arm, and you could just see it melt away day by day. Like, it was absolutely incredible. Things aren't perfect right now, but I think in general I'm doing very well. The other spoiler is that NHER2 is very time consuming for me. I get an infusion every 3 weeks, and it basically makes me feel really sick for a week. It's hard to feel bad for a week every 3 weeks. I do not know what's happening, but my camera keeps turning off, and I'm going to try to hold it like this and see if it helps, because for some reason sometimes my camera doesn't like to be on a tripod. I feel bad for basically a week after I get the treatment. And so that takes out an entire week of my life every 3 weeks, where like I have very limited things that I can do. And so basically for that week, I'm just trying to like get through the day, trying to get the things done for the household that needs to get done for the household, and rely on a lot of other people to help me with things. And then when I have my good weeks, I need to make up for all that time that was lost and, you know, get ready for the next treatment that's going to be happening. So it's another reason why videos have not been happening as often, I think, because when I have free time, I'm spending it doing other things with my family that need to get done or that are just a higher priority than this. So if there's a long silence again after I make this video, which is likely to happen, I just want to leave you with good news instead of leaving you with bad news like last time. And so hopefully that makes you not worry as much. Like I said, things constantly change. You know, there's ups and downs all the time. And there's been ups and downs even since January. But in general, I'm doing well. I don't think you should worry about it. Just know that if I'm not posting, it's because I'm living my life. And the other thing is that I really, really like my life. I have an amazing husband. I have an amazing daughter. I have an amazing family, friends. I really, really like the life that I have. And I really like traveling with my family. I really like just staying home with my family. I love the things that I do in my everyday life. And so just know that if I'm not posting, I'm out doing those things. And so far that has been true. We have been going on vacations this summer, spending a lot of time with family, and I have just been enjoying every single day because I really, really like my life. I can easily deal with having cancer when I have all of those other things going for me. And I'm just so, so thankful for it. So just know that I'm out living my life. Things are going well in general, and I'm going to try to post again and keep telling the story in order so that you get the whole story, and so that the people that are looking for the advice or my experience or whatever they're looking for get those things that they're looking for. Thank you guys so much for watching, and sorry if this is not like the news that you wanted to hear, that I'm not going to be posting as much, but hopefully it's happy. It's happy for me. So I'm going to try to spend more time doing things that I like doing, and you guys should too. All right, that's all. Bye. Which is the voice that I was meant to hear? I don't know the words. If you know what movie that is from, comment it and you win. don't know what you win, but you win. But I'm very impressed if you know what movie that is from.